Before I tell you the price of today's product, I need to tell you the features. Take that as you will, because as they say, specs on paper don't always translate to real-world performance. No foreshadowing here, you'll have to watch to the end to see how it really performs. TVs are one of the few consumer products that have, I guess, consistently dropped in price year after year, and even during inflationary periods, so it's wild to think that TVs are cheaper today than they were ever before. So, who exactly is PRISM Plus? Well, they are a Singaporean startup founded in 2017 with the goal to bring top quality monitors to the masses at an affordable price. Now they've landed in Australia, and the question is, can they still live up to that promise? Their lineup includes gaming monitors, soundbars, and today's star of the video, the PRISM M65. I actually like the naming convention here. M for mini LED, 65 for the 65 inches of screen real estate. Simple, clean, to the point. But of course, there's more to it than just the name. So big thanks to PRISM for sending the TV4 review. Links below as always. Let's get started by rolling the intro. So let's break it down. This is a Google TV with a 4K UHD resolution. It's rocking a mini LED QLED technology supporting 144Hz refresh rate, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, HDR10 Plus, and DTS True Sound. Now, because it's mini LED, you get full array local dimming, 93 DCI-P3 color coverage. On the connectivity, you have Bluetooth 5.1 and dual band Wi-Fi. Though PRISM Plus doesn't specify exactly what Wi-Fi standard it is and what speed the Ethernet port is. The built-in speakers are two 15-watt drivers paired with a 20-watt base unit. All of this is packed into a 22.5 kilogram frame. Now, in terms of ports, you get one HDMI 2.0, two HDMI 2.1 ports, two USB ports, and an earphone jack. AV in, RF in, SPDIF out, and a LAN port. So, mini LED, the big standout feature here. And personally, I'm a big fan. TVs have gotten cheaper over the years, but I still can't justify dropping thousands of dollars on an OLED TV. So the next best thing is a mini LED TV. But what exactly is it? Well, mini LED is an advanced display technology that improves on traditional LED backlit LCD screens. Now, instead of using a few large LEDs to light up the display, mini LED crams in thousands of tiny mini LEDs into the backlight. So more LEDs mean better control over brightness and contrast in very specific areas of the screen. This results in more precise lighting control for bright scenes and significantly deeper blacks compared to standard LCDs, and an overall sharper, more vivid image. And this is where OLED still reigns supreme. Unlike mini LED, OLED has no backlight. Each individual pixel lights up on its own. That means, well, perfect blacks because pixels can turn off independently, higher contrast and richer colors, super thin and flexible displays. The downside though, OLED costs more and can suffer from burn-in if static images stay on the screen too long. And that's where mini LED has a real advantage. It doesn't suffer from burn-in at all, making it a solid choice for gaming and long-term use. That said, burn-in concerns are slowly fading as OLED technology improves. So for now, mini LED remains the best alternative to OLED. Now, when choosing a TV, one huge factor to consider is the brightness of your room. In bright spaces like this, mini LED is actually a better choice than OLED because it can reach much higher brightness levels, making it easier to see the screen clearly during the day. For all the great things that mini LED can offer, this TV only hits 600 nits peak brightness. That's not great. For comparison, mid-range mini LED TVs usually sit between 1000 and 1500 nits peak brightness. Standard OLEDs like the LG C series reach around 600 to 800 nits. The PRISM M65 has a clean industrial design that doesn't scream for attention but also doesn't look out of place. Around the edges there's a metal look trim that gives it a slight premium feel with a subtle logo on the front. It comes with two stand legs for table mounting, but if you prefer wall mounting, it's ready to go straight out of the box. On the left and right hand sides, you'll find the speaker outlets, which are angled towards the viewer, though at this size and positioning, the impact is minimal. Around the back, there's also a bass driver, which I'll get into when we talk about the sound. Now, let's talk about my first impressions when turning this thing on. Right out of the box, I was not impressed with the black levels. They looked washed out, more like a standard LCD than a mini LED. For a second there, I thought I'd been jibbed, but after diving into the settings, I figured out the issue. For every type of video format, whether it's HDR, Dolby Vision, or standard SDR, you have to manually crank up the dimming zone settings and disable power setting modes. And the worst part, there's no global settings. You have to tweak these settings individually for every format, which is frustrating. Now, on the flip side, the customization options on this TV are absolutely insane. I was genuinely impressed by just how much you can tweak there. However, there's one major drawback. There's no explanation for what most of these settings actually do. They're usually just acronyms. And if you're not familiar with advanced display settings, you'll probably have to Google each slider to figure out its impact. But if you're someone who loves tweaking and fine-tuning every aspect of your picture, the M65 gives you an incredible level of control. Once I dialed in the settings, the black levels finally lived up to my expectations. Deep, inky, and exactly what I expect from a mini LED. Now, to really test the colors and black levels, I ran a few test videos on YouTube using the native Google TV interface. Now, up close, the halo effect is minimal, which is expected with mini LED technology, and from a normal viewing distance, it's barely noticeable unless you have a bright white object against a pitch black background. Overall, this results in a really enjoyable viewing experience. The vivid colors, deep blacks, and sharp 4K resolution create a cinematic feel, and even in brightly lit rooms, it holds up very well. But in direct sunlight, you'll definitely wish for a bit more brightness. The screen does support a 144Hz refresh rate, but PRISM doesn't specify the input lag, which is a bit of a missing piece for gamers. Generally, a higher refresh rate can help offset input lag, but it's not a complete fix. If you're a casual gamer, this TV will hold its own, though hardcore FPS players might still want more details on input lag numbers before fully committing. One area that really surprised me was the built-in sound. The M65's front-firing speakers and rear bass driver will actually provide a decent depth and clarity, which is rare for a TV at this price point. Dialogue is clear, explosions and deep sounds have some weight, and for casual viewing, you might not even need a soundbar. Visually, the M65 delivers a vibrant, punchy image, and the quantum dot technology helps boost color accuracy, making bright tones feel rich and saturated, while deeper hues hold their depth without looking washed out. And HDR content benefits the most with colors that really pop, though as mentioned earlier, the 600 nit peak brightness holds it back from delivering that true HDR impact. In dark scenes, the mini LED's local dimming does its job really well, creating strong contrast and noticeably deeper blacks compared to standard LED TVs. However, if you're sitting off angle, you'll start to see some blooming, especially in scenes with high contrasts, like a white subtitle on black background. So when you put all this together, what do you get? You get a display with vibrant colors, deep blacks, a great contrast, but lackluster peak brightness. And that's why the price becomes such a critical factor. Because yes, this TV is affordable compared to OLEDs, but is it actually a good deal? As of filming, the PRISM Plus M65 is currently on sale for 1,399 Australian dollar roos, marked down from its original price of just under 2,000. On top of that, there's a $100 discount code floating around, bringing it down a little bit further. But here's where things get interesting, because there's no physical stores that you can view this TV at before buying. So when comparing prices, you need to factor in the delivery fee, and because at the end of the day, that's what you'll actually end up paying to get this TV into your living room. So where does this leave the PRISM Plus M65? On one hand, you're getting a 65-inch mini LED TV with solid black levels, vibrant colors, and a 144Hz refresh rate at a price that seems reasonable at first glance. But on the other hand, the peak brightness is underwhelming for a mini LED TV panel, the HDR experience feels a little held back, and the pricing, once you include shipping, pushes it into a category where it's competing with much brighter and more feature-packed options from major brands. So if you're looking for a good gaming TV with deep blacks and great color production, this could still be a good choice. The fair input lag, high refresh rate, and excellent motion handling makes it a compelling option for console gaming. Plus, the built-in sound system is surprisingly decent, potentially saving you the extra cost of a soundbar. As it hangs, it's a good TV. So what do you think? Would you buy the PRISM M65, or is there a better alternative you have in mind? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this review helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech content like this. Big thanks to PRISM for sending the TV for review. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye!